Welcome to the Tarp Report with Sam and Jess. Oh, good. We're recording right now. Jess is sitting down. She just got here. So she just got up. Hey, welcome to the Tarp Report.
Thank you.
With Sam and Jess.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Both of us are here.
We're a team.
Today.
We're a team.
A
We've been a team from the start.
Team Tarp.
Sometimes your teammates.
So sometimes they fall asleep.
No, it's not that you fell asleep. It's that you didn't wake up.
Sometimes teammates don't wake up.
Yeah, and you got to sleep.
I love sleep.
I know.
I don't know if we've talked about it or not, but like my favorite thing to do is sleep.
I'm aware.
Like the moment that I wake up,
I'm aware.
I'm like, oh man.
You send very clear sleep signals to me about your love for sleep. It's incredible.
Dane always buys me, he calls them sleep accessories.
Oh, nice.
Like a new, weighted blanket or something like that.
Man,
yeah.
I love weighted blankets. I need a weighted blanket. I never splurge on comfort items for myself because I don't feel that I'm deserving of comfort.
No, you should definitely get a weighted blanket. It'll change your life.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
Dude, I have a new body pillow that I love that has this wraparound thing.
Ooh.
And it's like a regular pillow and a body pillow.
Like a pregnancy pillow?
No, it's not for pregos. Okay, I shouldn't use the term pregos. That's
Pregos. That's derogatory.
Is it?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know either. I probably shouldn't say it though.
That's fine.
You know what I used to tell Brittany when she was pregnant? Oh man, this is gonna piss people off, but I thought it was funny. I think that was me. My bad.
Yeah.
I said she would ask to go. I'd be like, "Where do you want to eat?" And she'd be like, "Oh, I want to go to," and I'd be like, "I don't want to go there."
Oh.
She was like, "Well, you asked me," and I was like, "Listen, Brittany, preggers can't be choosers."
Oh.
She didn't like it. She didn't like it.
That's ridiculous. All right, go.
I don't. What? I don't.
Just go.
Like, there's not
Just
that much.
go.
We already talked about it.
Just go. You told me the moment that I hit record, you were gonna unleash.
I don't know if there's much to unleash because I really wasn't. I know I told you, and I hope you believe me that I really wasn't that upset.
Okay.
Like I was frustrated for
Moments. Because here's what happened. We were supposed to record at my house here, right here.
Yeah. In our new studio. It's not your house.
Studio.
Yeah. What's happening? We're not recording at your house. You're now sleeping at your studio. So it's
I
like that
definitely
thing.
like that a lot better.
Yeah, it's like those prison movies where it's like I'm not in here with you. You're in here with me.
Yeah.
That's what it's like.
Well, it kind of is like that now. Like I am drowning in audio equipment and podcast. I do. I don't know how to use any of it, but I'm so happy about it.
You do know how to use it. You're setting this stuff up.
Well, I'm learning. I'm learning. Yeah.
Okay, continue. Sorry, I interrupted you.
So we were going to record. That was the plan. I had everything set up, ready to go. Josh had water bottles in the middle. And by I mean Joshua. Is that your phone again?
No, I think that's your phone, dude.
Oh, well, I do. I have it off of Do Not Disturb because
oh my God.
What I do, I set my alarm. I set like 17 alarms and extra ones because I'm like, I don't want to fuck up. And then
she sent me a screenshot of the alarms.
And then I put my phone on Do Not Disturb.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to sleep.
Yeah.
And then I woke up at 9:50.
Oh.
Which we were supposed to record at 9 o'clock.
And I was in Federal Way. And I was talking to my mom on the phone, and I got 2 phone calls from Jess. And I was like, well, Jess is up. And then, because I knew she felt bad, but I'm going to tell myself a little bit.
I know. I already know. You were doing it on purpose.
No. I was talking to my mom. But then the third call, I was like, I don't really want to talk to Jess right now.
I knew it.
I was good.
Knew it. I was like, this fucker.
But then you stopped calling. I was like, if you would have called the 4th time, I would have picked up. But
I resorted to.
you stopped calling, and then I was like, oh God, she probably feels bad. And then I did call her, and she did in fact feel bad. And then I felt horrible Two, just because I cared about you.
Yeah.
And that I had completely moved on.
Right.
And I meant what I said.
Yeah.
I meant exactly what I said.
I know.
And I didn't not mean any part of it. That when we have people in our life that we love and that we work with and that me and Jess have a personal relationship. See, why am I the one crying?
Are you crying already?
A little bit.
Holy,
and it's early. I think this is a Tarp report record.
Like, we're not even 6 minutes in.
I know. Listen. Yeah. Okay. So that is, we should track this, like the earliest Sam will cry on the podcast. Because I think that was
Excel spreadsheet.
I think that was about 5 minutes, 15 seconds.
Yeah, that was really, that was impressive.
Yeah. And I know you love spreadsheets, so she's probably good on that.
I do.
What I said to Jess is that essentially, like, the people in our life that we love, there are pros and cons to loving those people. And every day, you wake up and you make a decision. And
try to wake up.
Yeah, every day you try to wake up. But every day it's like you have a decision whether to when you have to take in the bad stuff, and you have to ask yourself, it's like, is this person adding more joy and worth? Is this something where I should like try to help them and lift them up? Or is this something that I should leave alone and maybe put on the shelf for a little bit? But I was nowhere near, and I've never been anywhere near being like, I'm not messing with Jess. Because you do struggle with like getting up and getting out of bed. And I don't really give a shit what part of your mental health stuff. What I care about is if you're just taking accountability for your mental health and doing things that you need to do to keep yourself healthy. Like everything else, like fuck a podcast. I'm just kidding. I love all listeners and viewers. And I love this podcast. But me and Jess said back in the day when we had that falling out on air that
falling out.
That wasn't really falling out. We just had an argument.
Disagreement.
But anyway, that's the thing is like we had to ask ourselves like what's more important, our relationship with the podcast. And this wasn't like, to me, this wasn't like a podcast issue. This was like a thing where like
I just fucked up.
Yeah, you just fucked up. And I just like when I say that like the height of not giving a shit was me that day.
Yeah.
Because you know what I did?
No, I know. Yeah.
Okay.
You went and got a donut.
Yeah, I was eating I went and I got a bacon donut, and then I'm
in fetal position crying, be like, I'm such a loser. And you're
laugh.
just like eating a donut.
Like, yeah, I'm just in federal way,
Yeah. Well, good news is
let's see it.
Dane hooked it up.
Looks like it's still in the package.
Well, I haven't used it yet, but I got up this morning.
You did get up this morning.
Because I wasn't, I wanted to keep it in the box. So that
and it's hard. And by the way, one of the reasons we record in the morning is because of Jess's work schedule.
Which I'm also late for work. I actually had this conversation with my boss.
Wait, you were late? You're not late for work today.
Not yet.
You're going to be late for work later today.
Yeah, I mean, I will be.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
yeah, look at that. Yeah. I can tell how much she values this because it still has that little thing around the cord.
I just
got it. The bread bag thing.
I just got it. Like, I literally bought it this
Oh, jeez, I almost dropped it.
That would have been terrible.
Yeah.
Dane bought it literally the same day that I didn't wake up.
Yeah. That's a nice gesture. Dane's a sweetheart.
Yeah. Trying to get me right.
Yeah.
But no, I had the conversation with my boss too, because I'm like, it's not just like even getting to work, which I don't have to be at work until 10:45.
I would venture to guess that your boss probably looks at you in a similar way that I look at you, where it's like, oh wow, there's this wonderful person that's capable of amazing things,
just not getting up in the morning.
There's this little thing.
Yeah.
There's this thing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, but I mean that's the thing is that you have to look past some of my faults. Maybe not look past, but like accept them and move on. That like
a lot of them.
Yeah.
So many.
Yeah, the smells.
Mm-hmm.
The noises.
Yeah.
Just my body.
The things you say.
The things that I say. The things that I think.
The things that you eat.
The things that I eat. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. That's not true.
Yeah, and oh, the kitty cat's back. This is the best thing. I love that our new studio has cats.
Yeah, we got those just for the podcast.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your cats are way more social than mine. My cats will not be bothered. That day, though, so check this out. I'm like, I talked to you on the phone. It was like an emotional talk.
Right.
And it, part of me, this is a weird thing, too. I want to talk about this, is that part of me was like, it made me feel really good that you cared that much.
Yeah.
That you were upset, but I didn't want you to be that upset.
Right.
You know what I want? I wanted you to be like, oh man, I really messed up. Like, I apologize.
Yeah.
But the fact that you were that upset.
I overdid it.
Because, yeah, and I think that too, that like this game that we're involved in, this comedy game, where you're wearing multiple hats. I'm kind of wearing mostly just a performer hat.
Yeah.
Is the margin of error, I think, is both small and really big.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can fuck up in major ways and be just fine.
Right.
But also, like, an opportunity missed a lot of times might not come back around, Mm-hmm. And I think that you saw that as like, oh, man, like, what if Sam's really upset?
Well, I mean, always. Like,
yeah.
I don't, like, mess it up. I don't, I do value it, and I don't want to, I don't want, like, it's upsetting to me because literally, like I told you, like, I had everything ready, I had everything set up, like, I had my, laptop beside me, like, the only thing that stopped me was me.
Yeah.
Like, all I had to do was, like, get the fuck up. Like, I just had to wake up.
Yeah. For the record, I just, to put your mind, if I would have showed up today and I wouldn't have been able, and we would have been on a podcast, I would have been like, good Lord.
Yeah.
Like,
get your shit together.
I still would have continued the podcast.
All right, so I got one more.
Yeah. The third time, and let's say we reschedule.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And that third time, that would probably be it.
That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable.
I'd be like, man, that's crazy.
No, you have that's a disorder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to bringing this up again over time.
Absolutely. Yeah.
As time goes on.
It's just, in my face, I think that's where it belongs. And that makes the most sense for sure.
Yeah. Well, sometimes when there's a wound, you want to air it out initially.
Yeah, but sometimes.
And then you want to open it up again and keep airing it out until it turns into a really neat scar.
Well, I like to just open it up every once in a while, throw a little salt in there.
Yeah.
Mix it up a little bit.
Mix it up.
And put them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Yeah.
And
then get a Band-Aid.
You never want it to be too easy.
Yeah, that's what that alarm clock is.
A Band-Aid. Yeah. It's just like,
It's like anyway.
A placeholder.
I was going to try to say something funny, but I'm like, what's the point?
Yeah.
This isn't a funny podcast today. This is a serious one. I've decided. So the rest of that day, I went up north. I parked in Northgate, and then I took the light rail to Capitol Hill.
Yeah, I know.
I got a banana, an orange, and a Spam musabi.
Ooh.
Which is, you know what that is?
No.
It's like I think it's Polynesian in origin. I don't know for sure. But it's like Spam. It's like a breakfast one. It's Spam, a little bit of egg, rice, and it's wrapped in like a seaweed thing, like sushi. It's really good. It was great. And I sat there.
Where'd you get that?
I took the light rail to Capitol Hill.
Right. Yeah.
And I was right by the club, which was cool. And because I was waiting for Emmett to do promo for our show. Yeah. I hung out with Emmett. We went and had amazing burgers. We went to Pike Place Market. Nice. We had amazing burgers.
Awesome.
It was wonderful. And then I went back to Northgate. I picked up Vanessa Dawn and Gaby Lucas.
Love it.
And we all rolled together. We stopped at the outlet malls. I had some chicken wings. Nice. Split some chicken wings with Vanessa. Nice. And it was cool because she was like, I like the flats. And I was like, drumlets are fine with me. So she had the flats and I had the drumlets. And
well, that works out so nice.
I know. This is what I'm saying. And then I went to Bellingham and did that show that was sold out. And I got a lot of people out. And that made me happy. And Nikki was happy. Gaby was happy. And Vanessa Dawn was happy.
Gaby
Lucas.
Was that the?
Did
was hosting on Saturday?
Oh, cool. I like Gaby's comedy, and I like Gaby. I had worked with them a long time ago, I think, and couldn't really place them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they're funny.
Yeah, they're good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do weird jokes. I like that. I like people that I don't need anybody else trying to shock me ever again. I'm perma-shocked.
Yeah.
By comedy.
I've heard it all.
Yeah, I've heard it all.
It. Mm-hmm.
I get it. Like I don't need that stuff. So
well, that's nice. We had Brian Bixby.
Shout out Brian Bixby.
Yeah.
The dirtiest man.
Oh man, he's fun.
Disgusting.
Oh.
I don't think you should have him. I think he's too dirty.
He's great. He slept on our couch.
Oh, in Seattle there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that sounds like him.
So crazy. Like
Did he have his CPAP hooked up?
Mm-mm.
What? He's not Bixby.
Does he? I didn't know he needed
Bixby, he should.
Oh, are you saying that because he's overweight?
No.
Because he literally has a CPAP?
Yeah. Oh. He's the one who turned me on to CPAP.
He turned you on to CPAP.
Oh, look, see the owls? That means you got to hit the camera.
Oh, okay. Shit.
What,
it is 15. Okay, yeah. It's still going. Okay.
It's still going?
Nobody look. Nobody look.
It doesn't matter. When you get up and do this, I mean, we could edit this out, but we probably won't. I don't think we should. Brian Bixby is a Portland comedian who you should look up if you're a fan of this podcast. Bixby is somebody who we should have on this podcast. Yeah, I'm still talking. Yeah. You got it going on? Bixby is someone that we should have on this podcast. He is a great comedian. I am a big fan of Brian Bixby. Are you recentering it and stuff like that? All right. I'll hit this again for like 18 minutes.
Brian Bixby. Just to be safe. I think it could have gone for longer, but I just wanted to be safe.
Yeah, that's where I was at too. I avoid a lot of problems today by avoiding a lot of problems today.
Yeah, that's me. That's Jess, the new engineer of the Tarp report.
Yeah,
the new Tarp report engineer.
Yeah, there's got to be. I know that there's a setting that you can change to make it not auto turn off. Yeah, and you can plug it in too while it's filming. I think that's what Trey was doing.
Oh,
it's gonna be like WWTD.
Yeah.
What would Trey
for
do?
Fucking real. Like I was playing with it yesterday and I was just like,
yeah.
Trey.
This is, it's weird. I don't feel like we've been abandoned.
Yeah, but I do a little.
Like we're kind of out here on our own.
Yeah,
now.
Trying to figure it out, and like it's a little bit
in your living room.
Literally, I feel so bad.
Yeah,
like,
you have to sleep at the studio.
Which is not like even just the background. I'm like, I hate my house. I'm so embarrassed. Like
your house is nice. Is it every time I've been over here? It's been about this clean. That's clean. Dude, my house, oh my God, I have to go clean my kitchen. It's bad right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to do the dishes and clean my kitchen because I'm leaving tomorrow.
For?
About down to Santa Rosa eventually. I'm doing a bunch of Thai Boys stuff. Tuesday through Thursday doing Thai Boys. I'm in North Bend.
Nice.
On Tuesday.
That's good.
Have you ever done that show?
Which one?
Did you ever come out there with me?
I don't know where you're talking about.
North Bend is by Coos Bay out on the Oregon coast.
I don't know. What's the
North Bend Lanes? It's at a bowling alley. They have a bar next to a bowling alley, but the bar. So during COVID, it's one of these places that was like, oh yeah, you can come do stuff on the patio because you can't be inside, but we have a patio.
Right.
And then they just expand the patio into its own building,
Oh, dang.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. So, like, you know what I'm talking about.
Well, I've never been there, but I could picture a patio.
Yeah, well, the thing is a patio is, like, basically enclosed, and they have heaters, but it is technically an outbuilding. And so they were able to, like, continue operating during COVID.
Oh, okay. I got you.
That's what they did. It was kind of honestly, like, a lot of the COVID restrictions and the way people got around them to keep their businesses open, it was like, okay.
Sure. You can smoke out there,
it's
too.
It's a patio. Oh, yeah. It's the best. Yeah. But yeah, it was, I'm going out there. And that show, out of all, like, I love Thai Boys, Solowit. I work for him a lot. That is, I think it's his best show. I think it's great.
That's awesome.
Hot crowd. I always do good on shirts. I'm going to buy I got shirts to fold today.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Shirts to fold.
And I got to do my cardio.
Oh, God, cardio. I should work out.
Yeah. You know what would be fun? Maybe before one of these podcasts, come over to my house
and we'll do some
and do the hill with me. I'd actually like to do the hill with you. It'd be fun.
Yeah.
Just do it with me because I think you could do it.
I mean, I could do it. I'm very strong.
I know.
I mean, I could do anything.
Yeah.
But then I also can't. So.
Yeah.
There's that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get it.
No, like my favorite thing to do is like watch people work out. Like we were watching some football like documentary. Like
Hard
at
Knocks.
Dane's house. Like,
yeah.
And it was just like them, like, but it was like talking about like their training and stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool.
Yeah,
I could do that. I love that.
Did you like the documentary though?
Oh no, I wasn't really.
How can you not? Why would you not like that?
I mean,
that's like reality.
Yeah,
TV.
It's fine. It was fine.
You're just not interested.
Well, it's not like a ongoing. It was like about like one guy, and then it wasn't like another guy. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's such a great description. If it is in fact, we're talking about Hard Knocks.
I don't know what it's called.
Hard Knocks is a documentary, and they go to a different football team every year, and they watch training camp, and it's in the NFL.
Oh no. No, okay, that's what I was saying. No.
Okay.
This was like a documentary like about Kirk Cousins.
About Kirk Cousins?
And then there was another.
There's a whole documentary about Kirk Cousins?
I think, and it was just him. And then there was another one that was about another football player, and it was him. And they were like talking about like him. I don't know what the fuck it was. You're looking at me like I'm crazy. I swear I didn't make it up.
No, I'm looking at you like I'm trying to figure it out.
I can't remember what the other it was a quarterback for, I don't know. But anyway, it was like just showing their training and like the way that they would like manipulate their body and like shut up. Where's our third person? I need someone to look at. Damn it.
Just the way that like you really thought, I don't know. I get it though. It was good. What does Big Brother have that these don't? Like, why is Big Brother so much better than like a documentary about a football player?
Well, Big Brother is like an ongoing like thing. Like they're stuck inside this house and then they can't go anywhere.
Couldn't you say that
the football team, they can't go? No, they could get drafted.
No, they are drafted already. They get drafted. They could get traded.
Right, that's what I meant.
Okay.
And then also drafted to the war.
Yeah, they could get drafted into the upcoming war.
I'm worried about why the camera's off.
Yeah, it is concerning. I mean, maybe you can go check it.
I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, you can check it. I'm gonna tell while you're doing that.
I can still listen to you. I just can't. You just can't hear me respond.
That's good. I'm going to tell a story about the war that's coming up. I think it's probably still going. Maybe the screen, or maybe it's off all the way. I think it is. You know what's funny is that I want this part to be on the podcast because this is telling the real story of Tarp Report Season 2. And the people on YouTube are not going to hear this, but if you're listening to this, if you go to YouTube at around the 23-minute mark, the camera will shut off. And then it might start again, or there might be one of the YouTube ones might only be 23 minutes long. Is it out of batteries? Okay, Jess has confirmed with me that the camera is indeed out of batteries. And, there's some gremlins. Well, you know what's cool, though? Check this out. I could turn off my camera. I could turn off my timer.
You could turn off your phone. This is great.
Yeah, I could turn off my timer.
Now we are a real podcast.
Yeah.
We are just podcasting.
Yeah, there's no video. What else do you need to see of me? I'm big. She's skinny. You don't need to see this. You need to listen to this. You know what you could do, I bet, is you could
charge the battery.
No, you know what you need to do is just put a picture of us up.
Above
put that picture, that original picture we took of me and you in Winco that night.
Just like the sound.
Use that picture. And I want you to listen, I will make the image for you.
Okay.
I could make it on Canva real quick.
Okay.
And I want it to say, oops.
Whoopsie doodle.
Yeah. And then you go oops, and I'll go my bad.
Okay.
Because that's cooler.
Okay, say it. Oops.
My bad.
Whoops.
Dang it.
Whoops.
Oh, no.
One of those will work.
Yeah. Well, cheers. Here's to us not
being
doing
on
it
our
right.
own.
But the audio is cruising, though.
It's so good. It's going to be great. And actually, the video looks amazing.
Well, the first 24 minutes.
Yeah, the rest of this is not going to look great. But what we recorded with Lynette last week. And we had the camera with the little camera.
Yeah.
And
did it look weird?
It looked so bad.
Oh,
I mean, it was really, really, really bad. So we just posted the audio today. So there's only them getting 20 minutes of audio or video will be really exciting.
Yeah,
they'll love it.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it.
And I already have apology videos made, so it's fine.
Every time, you could just go through both me and yours. This is really an apology podcast when it comes down to it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I apologize to Jess for the smells and the eating.
Oh, yeah.
Jess apologizes for me for sleeping, and we apologize to you for quality issues.
It does suck.
But also, if you're a listener and you have an issue, sit in your tower.
Yeah, it does suck though. Like I do. It really sucks, and I think that I have been struggling with being concerned about the quality of the podcast and and people being upset and because Trey did a great job, and that was the bar was set.
We were on Nate's equipment. Nate had really good equipment.
The video was great, and I could chop it up.
But we have good equipment.
Yeah, and it's fine. It's just it's just working. And I literally I was like, oh, I should charge the battery, and I charged it for 20 minutes before you got here.
Yeah.
And obviously that was not enough.
Well, you know what? You should just have it plugged in.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that you could do that.
I think you can. Yeah.
I'll have to figure that out.
It's all good.
But yeah, it'll be fine. It'll hopefully our listeners will think it's funny.
I don't think, what's awesome about our listeners is that I don't think they're here for quality.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that as long as our voices come out clear, because this is something that I've realized about our listenership, because they come to shows and they tell me that they love the podcast, and it makes me so happy because I'm so proud of this podcast. Not so much for how good it is, but for how long we've done it.
Yeah.
In spite, and I feel like we are getting better at podcasting. I really feel like there was a click about 5 episodes ago, which unfortunately also coincided with everything outside of our control falling apart. But what are you going to do? Look at us now.
We're doing it.
Oh, you're in a great unknown. With the Ghost of Adam Tiller's podcast still. Ooh. Isn't that crazy that this thing has so many podcasts that have gone through it?
Yeah. I hope that this is I hope that it gets to stick around here for a little bit.
We need to get Adam on the podcast too.
Yeah.
If you don't know, the
I would
podcasting,
love to have Adam at my house.
Adam Tiller's, this is all from Adam Tiller's podcast thing. He had a podcast called Fathom and Friends. It was great. And he got tired of it. And he stopped. And how many? God, he had what? 200 something.
He had a lot.
It was crazy.
He had a lot of different kind of people, different guests and stuff.
It was cool.
Yeah, but we got a new camera. It'll be good. We'll figure it out. Yeah. Figuring out the kinks. Figuring it out.
Yeah,
just like everything else.
And I always feel guilty because oh man, I got body stuff going on. I don't know where that came from. Yikes. That's weird. Sometimes when I burp, I feel it behind my eyeballs. Do you ever have that happen? You're like, no. And then it's like your eyes poke out a little bit and your vision changes, and all of a sudden you can see
Nope.
You can see 180 degrees.
That
for
has
a
never
second.
happened to me.
You've never burped so hard that you achieved chameleon eyes.
No.
Man, that would have been a good clip if the camera was running.
Stop. I know, because I keep looking at the camera too.
That was funny. There's no reason. There's nobody there. The ghost is.
What the fuck? This is just us talking. What are we doing?
I want to look at our. I feel like, I'm trying to promote the podcast more. It's going to be hard in October because I have so much stuff going on, but I want to promote the podcast more.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking maybe wait for a big push and then go for it once we kind of get our shit together.
Yeah, don't do it yet. Don't do it yet. Don't do it yet.
I'm curious. I'm curious what people think.
Let me charge the whole battery.
Yeah.
Before we.
Yeah. I'm still looking for a sponsor too. I know
yeah,
the last one. Yeah. This probably isn't the best time to bring it up.
You're like, no shit.
Yeah. You're like, we need some help. You know what I love is what I'm looking at, and what I was about to say. The camera, it's behind the camera, so they can't see it, but you can't see what's in front of the camera either. I'm looking at Jess's couch, and there is a Squishmallow, some folded laundry. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And Jess's medicine
bag of pills,
which is daunting.
It is. There are a few in there.
Yeah, that looks like a Chuck E. Cheese ball pit full of pills.
There's morning, afternoon, and nighttime meds in there. Just
Rad.
Gotta keep it tight.
How have you been doing on that? We haven't done a Did Jess Take Her Meds segment in a while.
I think I started taking more medicine at night, and maybe that's why I'm sleeping a little bit more. But I'm okay. I'm fine.
I love that chunk of silence there for a minute while I stared at Jess and tried to decipher.
I wanted the listeners to hear you staring at me.
Yeah.
No, I think I've been okay. It's just
was that day that we didn't record, that day when you overslept, was that the worst day you've had in a while?
Oh, that was a terrible day. That was a terrible day. I was late I missed the podcast. I was late for work. And then Josh messaged me at 12 and he was like, don't forget your appointment. And I was like, oh, fuck. And I was supposed to have an appointment at 12:10 to get but it was for my TSA pre-check or whatever. But I'm like, oh, for this, all the times that I fly.
It is, I wonder just if you had to put a time range on it, that was your worst day and how long, you think? What was your next worst day after that? How long ago was it?
I can't remember.
Talking months, weeks? What are we talking?
Months probably. Because I don't remember it being that was pretty bad.
But compared to the way your bad days used to be, how does it rank amongst?
It's okay. I'm fine. I'm
That's not what I asked.
Yeah, the other day was rough. But yeah. It wasn't the roughest I've ever had. By any means. I think that the biggest thing is it's that I'm kind of figuring out is I don't like to be embarrassed. Which is, it's crazy. Can you believe it?
For those of you that can't see,
I pointed
right
to
now,
the camera.
Jess pointed at the camera that's not working and
the clock that is not on.
The alarm clock that has not been plugged in that she took out of the box.
And I'm so nervous about being embarrassed that I think that I just hide.
You distract yourself.
Yeah, I just revert inward, and
it's like that snake eating its tail.
Is it? Is that what I do?
Yeah, but the snake is wrapped around a clock, and there is a
battery,
and half of it is in a battery
that's not charged.
Exactly. I don't know. I think about this shit a lot. I think about what is a bad day? What is a good day? What's in the middle? Has my definition of a good and a bad day, is it changing? I think about that. I had this thought the other day that I perform better when I'm having a good day.
Yeah.
But a lot of times I write better jokes
when you're going through
when I'm going through it. But what I think it is, it's not so much going through it. I write the best jokes when I'm coming out of it.
Yeah.
You know, that is the transitional time from, which makes sense because that's the time I used to enjoy when I was getting high all the time. Was it, I don't know, I think this will make sense to you. So for me, like the best part of getting high was the getting, was the acquiring substances.
Yeah.
Using those substances and then feeling myself change.
Yeah.
To be like, oh, like feeling it kick in.
Right.
You know? And I wonder how much of that, I think my favorite time, like when I get on stage, right? My favorite time is when my opener hits.
Yeah.
And then when the next joke hits. And I go, okay.
This is gonna work.
Now I can relax.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I struggle with the only time I like comedy is when I'm doing comedy. Yeah. My anxiety ruins a lot of shit for me.
Man.
Yeah. And so like,
there's a way to do it.
Yeah.
It might take time. Like I think if you look at I think you should do some healthy stuff that you're uncomfortable with for the long haul.
Right.
To be like, okay, like, and then also allow time to kind of work its magic as you go forward in comedy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But what do you mean? Like how?
Like, as time goes on, like you get more comfortable with your material, you have more material, yada, yada, yada. And then I'm trying to think of like strategies for to deal with, and you know what? For me, and I don't know which one of these you're down to employ, but like I have a therapist that I love. Like they're amazing. I'm doing cardio a lot. That has helped. I'm going to do it today. I hate doing it, but I feel better after. Yeah. And also like I've been able to have like some more consistent boundaries with people in my life, in my business. And also like having like, and I know you do this sometimes, and I know you're a great mom, and you do like to have like chunks of time where it's like, no, I'm not doing anything. Right. Like I'm not doing anything. Like me and the boys went and played laser tag. Right. And then got ice cream the other day, and it was like, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Right. And I was supposed to do, here's the thing. Well, at first we thought Oliver might be sick, but he wasn't. He was fine. He wound up playing. But I did a hippie show. Oh, remind me to talk about this. Okay. But I could have went to Nate's and done guest spots on both those shows, and I talked to Nate about doing it. Yeah. And Oliver was kind of sick, and I was like, forget it. Yeah. Like I'm gonna go home. And by the time I got home, Oliver was feeling better, and it's like, all right, well, I already missed that guest spot. That's not happening. Right. And so we went and did laser tag and had some ice cream. That's good. And so that, along with time, and that, I don't know. I just think that we can always do better, and I think you can always do better. You know.
I think for me, like comedy went from being a hobby to being a job very, very quickly, which is fucking amazing. Like I'm so lucky for that. But, it's only been 2 years, so I haven't even adjusted to, being a comic yet. Like, yeah. And so, I just feel like the pressure is heavy. Yeah. And so, I think we talked about it, like my boundaries with the bar, and just like I found that like it's just better if I don't go. Like unfortunately, like I I get so anxious. Like I feel like every performance is my performance. The bartender, it's me bartending.
Yeah.
The front door guy, that's me. Like if the fries aren't coming out, that's my fault. Like it's my production, everything. Like,
well, that's good that you.
Yeah, so I'm just like, if I'm not there, unfortunately, like I want to be there. I want to fucking be like, I should be there. Like I should be, doing mics there and just, driving it into the ground. But,
oh my God.
What?
That came out of nowhere, driving it into the ground.
Like, what?
Yeah. That's some negative self-talk.
Yeah. But
I know. I do it too.
It's just easier if I, I don't know how to go there and not feel like it's all on me, that it's all on me.
Yeah, that you gotta. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
But you get where I'm coming from though.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
absolutely.
That
like
we can find like I'm gonna do it today.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna clean my kitchen and I'm gonna do my cardio.
Yeah.
Because those are the two things that I don't want to do the most. But they're also the two things that really are going to make me feel a lot better.
Right.
And then I'm going to sit at my computer and do all that bullshit.
Yeah.
And then I got to go get shirts and I got to roll shirts tonight, which sucks too.
Yeah.
And I got to get ready to go for tomorrow.
Which is exciting.
Yes. But also, I am realizing if people, I guess I should talk about this too, is it October 20th, my comedy special Round Trip is coming out. October 27th, the album and the audio from the album is dropping. So there'll be vinyl. There's I'd love it if you could come to this I don't know if you're booked October 27th.
I don't think so.
Okay, but I'd love it if you could come to this because it's the album release party is going to be at the Capitol Theater. And I'm going to do 30 minutes of comedy. And you know what? I was going to do it. I would love it if you wanted to host.
Yay.
And be weird.
Yeah. I'll do a good job. I promise.
You only need to do like 5 minutes.
Okay.
And yeah.
I'd love to be a part of it.
Okay.
Yay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yay.
Lynette got to do the first one. I don't want you guys. I want you guys to get along. So it wouldn't be right. Because if I got Lynette again, you guys might.
Oh, good. That would end it. I do have a video that I'm going to post today that I made about
the beef.
Well, about how I as much as I want to post the video from our podcast because I just Lynette looks like hell.
Oh, really?
I mean, we all do. Like we all look like we have like really bad sunburns. Like for some reason,
God.
like it's just and like
I do get red though.
Like, it's not good.
I spend a lot of time outside.
But yeah, I'm not gonna.
I wanted to talk. That'll be awesome.
That'd be great.
To wrap that in a bow. So yeah, and the other thing. So another cool. I love it when I get to do good news on here. Is it? I got news that Sirius Satellite Radio picked up multiple tracks to air on. Did you know about this?
No.
Yeah, so Sirius Satellite Radio has picked up multiple tracks to air on both Raw Dog Comedy and Jeff and Larry's Comedy Roundup.
Whoa!
And it's good for money wise. It means that I'll start getting some decent residuals, and then also as far as like exposure, like there's a lot of people that listen to. Of all the channels on Sirius, the comedy channels tend to do really well because there's a lot of truckers, especially, that listen to it. And a lot of people that drive.
I love listening to the little clips.
Yeah,
it's my favorite, like traveling and listening to comedy.
Sick. Yeah. So you're going to be able to hear me on Raw Dog and Jeff and Larry's Comedy Roundup, and
that's incredible.
Yeah, it's another little logo by my name on the flyer too.
Yeah.
So it's like Bob and Tom, Sirius XM.
Yeah.
It's good. The thing that cracked me up, I did that outdoor show with Waking Bear, Noah from Waking Bear. They're Groove Lab. I can't remember the name of the other band, but we were at, I think we were at Noah's house. It's a beautiful place on Black Lake.
Yeah.
And his backyard slopes down, and they have like a stage set up, and generally when I bring up here, I'll ask you,
okay,
Jess, comedy outside at a music festival. How do you feel?
It sounds horrendous.
Yeah, it can be really rough. But luckily, I had enough people there. Yeah, I had enough people there. People sat close. I didn't have any hecklers. There was a lot of kids, a lot of dogs, a lot of kids, dogs, a lot of kids wandering in front of me while I'm performing, a lot of parents chasing those kids, a lot of me just riffing off of that, and getting the biggest laughs that I got was me just being like, oh, hey, where did you come from? Like just being in the moment, you know, like you should be. I also roasted a dog.
Oh, nice.
And because the dog was a very basic dog. It was the most dog I've ever seen. Yeah. Nothing special. Whose dog is this? You know, I was going off.
It could have been anyone.
Yeah. And then I was like, everybody close your eyes and think of a dog. And I bet it looks just like this one because it's completely unremarkable. Like, I'm like, all he is a good boy.
Is it? Aww,
That's it, you know? And then it's funny because these are like some jam bands. And I thought like, I'm glad I got away with it, but looking back, I shouldn't have done it because like I was like roasting a dog, and I was like, all right, well, I got about 5 minutes left. I'm gonna try to land this plane, and like I was doing well though, you know. I was just kind of like it was pretty loose, you know. And some guy in the crowd was like, roast us, and I was like, your guys' hair all your hair is too long, and your music sucks.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, I was pretty proud of that. I was on my best, but I got a laugh. And man, you talk about when you're grateful to get a laugh. I was like, thank God.
Especially when they're like, roast me, and you're like,
I know.
Okay.
People want me to roast them sometimes. And you know what? Sometimes I think that I don't like roasting people because I'm a nice guy. But also I think I don't like roasting people because like I'm not like.
It's hard. Well, you have it's hard when they're anticipating it.
Yeah.
And they're like, say something mean and funny about me.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay.
Because I can I know I can say something mean, but I don't know if it's going to be funny.
Like, yeah. You know? And it can't be too mean. But
what I've realized about roasting though is that if you just say something mean very fast.
Yeah.
Like that in itself is funny.
They'll do it.
Like,
it'll be
because they know that it's off the top. They know, like, that's what I think happened with me in this. Is it me saying that their hair's too long and their music sucks? There's no really like joke there. It's just that I said it really fast.
Right, and it's true.
No.
Oh, come on.
The music was fine.
Oh, Lord.
It's not my particular flavor.
Yeah.
Of music.
Right. Because every song is 12.5 minutes. 7.5.
They're long. They are
They're
long.
long songs.
Yeah. It sucks when there's a band and you're like I like some of their songs, and then there's like these 20-minute ones that you're like
don't like. Oh.
But yeah, shout out Waking Bear Noah. I had a really good time. You did a great job. It was a really beautiful festival with a lot of amazing people and really well run, and they paid me really fair too, which was nice.
I love that.
I got in and out, did my thing, and it's good that I got paid because I have to buy T-shirts so that I get to roll later today. Also, last night we did with Emmett Montgomery. Emmett called me just a second ago because we got to figure out the money situation. But we did Dead Mom, Dead Dad, Dead Dog, a comedy show about
did that
at the Comedy Bar, Capitol Hill Comedy Bar, and God, I think we got up to 65 pre-sales or something like that, and we had some walk-ins, and we just had an amazing show.
Yeah, and
sometimes I have to take a step back and remember who Emmett Montgomery is.
Yeah.
And what he is capable of doing. And for a long time, Emmett was the dude that I looked up to the most in Seattle comedy. And I don't really, I feel like I said it last night. It was funny. I was like, just so you know, like I was talking about him last night while I was on stage, and I was like, I looked up to Emmett for so long. And last night reminded me that I should still look up to Emmett Montgomery.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he is an amazing comedian, but beyond that is capable of like this strange sort of beauty that is hard to it's hard to talk about what happened last night, but when I say that it was a comedy show about grief and sadness, that is exactly what it was.
Yeah.
And we laughed very hard, and people cried a lot.
Yeah.
There was multiple moments. My friend Mark, AKA, asked Dane about it.
Yeah.
He did a spoken word, like a cappella piece. This is one of the, I think, is the best rapper Olympia has ever produced. And I love Macklemore, and he was in Olympia for a while, you know, nice guy. I consider Mark to be the best MC that has ever existed in Olympia.
Nice.
But he does all this other stuff too. But he was a prolific battle rapper for a while. And so he knows how to work a cappella, because that was like the thing with the battle rappers, they're doing it a cappella. But last night was just, you know, talking about grief and death. Anyway, the show's great. We finish it. The open mic starts, right?
Yeah.
And like, I'm back there selling shirts and things are going on. And my friend said something about like, oh, we want to watch the open mic. You think you'll go up? And I was like, yeah, I'll go up.
Yeah.
Anyway, I work my way to the front, right? And I'm basically waiting, because there's the first person's going to go up, and then I'm gonna jump in or whatever, because I need to get out of there, you know.
Right.
And by the way, I don't take it lightly, like bumping people or whatever.
I was gonna say, because you're a star.
Yeah, I don't take it lightly, but also like it's cool that I get to do it, and also it's nice because like,
I had to leave.
No, it's the thing. Like, yeah, I have to go, and also like, I earned it.
You earned it.
Yeah,
you can say it.
You earned that stuff. Yeah. It's just what it is. But anyway, what's funny is, so he calls out a guy's name, and I can't remember it now, and I feel like an asshole. But this first guy's name, and the dude wasn't there, and so I was like, I'll go up. I was like, hey, call me. And he introduced me with that guy's name. I think it was Andrew Steyer. Do you know who I'm talking about? I think it was Steyer or something like that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Anyway, he brings me up with his name. He goes, hey, I'm Andrew. And I was just, and I did this joke that I'm working on that has legs, by the way. I have a new chunk that has legs. There was a guy after his show. You're going to love this. I'll just do the bit.
Okay.
This guy after this show I went to high school with, he comes up to me after the show. He's like, dude, it's so cool you're doing comedy. And I'm like, thanks, man. Like, I really like it. Like, it's good to see you, you know. And he's like, you know what? I got to say this. I'm still, like, blown away that you didn't keep playing football. And for the people that don't know, like, when I say, like, if you haven't seen me live, if you just listen to the podcast, I am indeed 6'6", and I'm looking at the camera.
Yeah.
I am indeed 6'6", 360 pounds, and I'm also very fast. And I'm an athletic dude. Like, I still am, believe it or not. Like, I can still move pretty well. I have a bad knee and a bad shoulder and some other bad stuff, but I get around, you know. And I was a great football player, but I started doing drugs, right?
Yeah.
And, like, everything was fucked, you know. And he's like, oh, you could have been a good football player. And I'm like, I know, man. I got into drugs, and I was like, I'm just not going to do football anymore. And he's like, I know, it's just a damn shame, because you could have been such a great football player. And I'm like, well, dude, like, I was a great tweaker.
You should have seen me.
I told him, I was like, you never came to any of my games.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were in parking garages. You know, yeah, they were at the transit center. But man, I played my hardest.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm the Tom Brady of meth, motherfucker. And that's basically how the bit, like, I have a lot of work to do on it, but it hit last night, and it's going to build and build and build. Like, it's one of those ones that's going to be, it's going to be 10 minutes.
Yeah. I had something, like, I tried to figure something similar with, like, drinking. Because I was like, I was really good at drinking.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really, like, or bad, depending on who you ask.
Yeah.
But, like I was really, like, I was so good. Like, I went to, like, a special facility, like, specifically for great people drinkers who are really good at drinking. Like, have you ever gone to a special facility?
Yeah. That'll hit. That was like your stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah. And see, I'm continuing to build mine. I have, there's all kinds of stuff you can do. But I don't know. I get that a lot still. And it honestly kind of sucks, because when you're a guy my size, and like basically if you are between the ages of 12 and 18, any middle-aged man that comes up to you is going to ask you about what is your status with the great game of football.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
And you know what's weird is like I like football. I like watching football. My favorite sport is basketball. I like watching basketball, and I definitely like playing basketball more than I like playing football.
I like watching football. I had football and Big Brother on yesterday. Like
Sick.
both of my favorite sports at the same time.
Yeah, that's the best. I think we should do a Sunday. I should come over here with the boys. They can hang out and do their thing, watch football. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, I did that joke, and then I started roasting that dude who didn't show up to his spot. But then it turns out that he had messaged Keon and told him that he was going to be late. But he didn't care. Nobody gives a shit, you know. That's what's funny about it. But I even sang.
You sang?
Yeah. I've been singing more on stage. I'm actually an okay singer. I know.
Interesting.
I know, but I sang. Here's the thing: is that I did because we just finished a grief show, and so I sang "I Will Remember You." You know, like I will remember you.
Yeah.
And I really got into it. Yeah, I really got into it. And I was like, I hope he's not dead. You know, and I didn't realize that this is what happens. So like, I'm doing that, and I'm like, Emmett's still there. Emmett's in the back cracking up, you know. And I was like, Emmett, I think we did the show too early. We should do it now because we've lost a man. Another open micer gone too soon. And then right then, I shit you not, he shows up.
Was he like, I'm here, I'm alive?
No. He was in a weird place because he knew that like something, and I think he was happening. Yeah. And then he shows up, and I'm like, oh my God, it's you. It's a miracle, everybody. He's okay. And everybody claps. And then I asked I was like, hey, you think I can bring him? You think he can still do his spot? I know you fucked up and you were late. You shouldn't be late for spots. And even though it was Keon's fault. And Keon was like, yeah, bring him up.
Marcus.
And I gave him what?
You gave him what?
I gave him the best introduction.
You did. He is back from the dead.
Yeah. No, I think it was.
Resurrected.
I think it was. See, now I'm worried.
Well, because Marcus is the one. Marcus usually runs that, but he may have.
Which Marcus?
Van Valen.
It might have been. I want to make sure. I don't know.
He's been doing a writers group usually before the open mic on Sundays, and then
Marcus Van Valen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was Marcus.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, my bad. Not. See, now I look like an asshole.
That's okay. I thought it was Marcus because I was like, but sometimes he has people come in and host for him.
Yeah. I wasn't sure because I don't know who is who because I don't
hang out there.
I don't hang out there. But it was wonderful. We had a good time.
That's good. So, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's that mic has been doing really well, especially if there's a show or something going on beforehand and then the mic after. So that's a good time.
Yeah, it seems good. So apologize to Marcus and to Keon.
No, they aren't good. They'll be happy to be.
Wait, what? What did you say?
I said they're good. They'll be happy.
Good.
What did you think I said?
Yeah, nothing. I thought you said they aren't good.
Oh no, I said they're good.
I was like, even if they're not, it's nice.
They'll be happy to be, included.
Yeah. Because I have worked with Keon too, and he is doing well. Mm-hmm. So, a lot of energy, that guy.
Ooh, so much, so much.
A lot of energy.
Yeah. What do you think? What else? Oh, I did the dope show.
The weed one?
Yeah. On Saturday at TCC.
That's cool.
With Joe Rogers and Big J.
Oh yeah. What do you think of Big J? Big J's nice. Huh?
He was really nice. Yeah, he was really nice. I slept. Well, I don't know what the fuck I did. I think that I pulled a muscle in my neck putting on mascara.
As you do.
Yeah, naturally. And so when I went in, I literally did it in my car, right before the show. I was putting on, and I was just and I'm like, oh no. And so I walk in there, just look, I couldn't move my neck. It was terrible. But
oh my God.
Yeah, it was really embarrassing. Jay said that I looked like what was his name? Batman, who couldn't move his.
Oh yeah. He's too stiff. Yeah, that checks out.
But it was really fun. It was interesting because like, I know that those shows are definitely like lower stakes. Those are fun because like the second part at least, like there's just no expectation.
Yeah. But you can do. I mean, we'll talk about it sometime. Mm-hmm. I like those shows, and I'm glad that people like those shows. And I'm just gonna not, it always bummed me out because I can't do the shows.
Right.
I can't do those shows. And also, I get worried sometimes that there might be people that are like, that want to do comedy, and maybe they're trying to not use marijuana as much, and then they're like, well, I have this opportunity.
Right. They just turn it down because they don't. Mm-hmm.
Or they do it.
Yeah.
Or they do the show, And I think like it's funny because like also so many comedians like just smoke weed all the time anyway before they go on stage.
Right.
Like I was like, it's weird. Like in a way, like every show is the dope show.
Right. It would be weird.
It's like, yeah. I'm like, anyway, but no, that's it. I am glad this episode happened. I apologize to people about the video stuff.
Oh,
but
yeah.
also, what are you gonna do?
I'll have it all charged out. It's gonna look good though. It's gonna be better.
Yeah.
We're one thing at a time.
Yeah.
One thing at a time.
We're killing it.
I just learned that an engineer doesn't always work construction.
Yeah. Engineers design buildings.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought an engineer was.
I think. Wait, no. Architects design them.
Engineer would be like.
I get confused
who,
about.
Like, puts everything together.
I went to school to be a mechanic for a while. I only lasted like 2 weeks. I was so bored. I was like, I can't do this. Like, I just need to talk.
That's like a car doctor.
Yeah, car doctor, and that's what he says. Like, we're not training you to be mechanics. We're training you to be engineers.
Oh.
And he was serious.
And then
too.
But then you're like, I don't know what that is. I'm quitting.
Yeah,
I was there. I became a.
I quit for 1,000. I quit for 1,000 reasons, and being scared of being engineer wasn't one of them. Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good time. I'm glad. We'll figure it out.
Yep. Good job by you.
Yep.
That's funny because I listen to Bill Simmons all the time, and he always says, good job by you at the end of his podcast.
Good job by us.
Yeah, good job by us.
Way to go, team.
Bye.
Right. Bye-bye.